Alright guys, so I'm here doing a tutorial on something really simple. It's for doing minecarts. If you want to make a Pez dispenser, I'm not really sure who came up with the name for that, but I don't know. So this is exactly what it is. Now the lava pit there is just for overflow. It might not be the most practical way to do it or the most prettiest way to do it, but that's how I always do it. I've never had any problems with it. So then usually you don't see them above ground; they're always underground, and you build the tunnel up to them. But unfortunately, in my flatland map, I've only got 3 layers that I can dig through since I don't use mods. I'm 100% vanilla. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make this. It's really simple. It takes seconds. Alright guys, so the first thing you're going to need to do is build a staircase. Doesn't matter how high you go, you can go 3 high is the minimum, but you can go as high as, you can go right to the sky if you want, doesn't matter. As long as the minimum you have is 3. I'm going to do 4, just because it's a little bit easier that way. So you're going to build them up on a staircase, hollow it out if you want, you don't need to. And what you're going to do is, the one beside where your last one is, so that's where my last one is there. You need one space, and you're going to build it up again. And you're going to build one up where your last one is. So there's my last one, there's the space, and it's one higher. So just like that. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to put a trapdoor on the second one. I've seen a lot of people do it on the third. I find the second just works better because it gives you more room, and that's really it. It just gives you more room for holding the carts. So now this is the only part that's, oh, starting to lag. That's kind of tricky. Is you have to kind of hollow this out. Oops. So you have this little kind of area here. What you're going to want to do is take your redstone torch and put one on the top, and you're going to go in, and you can do either side. If you want to go, I find I always do it on the right, but if you want, you can do it on the left. The only thing you gotta change is the stopper block has to just change sides. That's the only difference. So the next thing is the button. Put a button on, and that activates and deactivates the door. You notice it's like a relay, so press the button, turns that torch off, which then activates that torch, so the door is just going to open and close really quick. So down here is going to drop a couple of these, and now going to build your staircase. Put the rails on, sorry, not build, sorry, build. Oh, wrong way. There, just do that. All I'm doing is I'm just bringing it back to itself. Just so it's closed circuit, just like the first one is. Now, the only other thing you gotta do is for an overflow, which really isn't hard. It's just in case you get too many built up in your holding slots, you got a spot where it's not just gonna sit there and screw everything up. So what I always do is I make it so when it rolls back, if it bounces, it's gonna roll back, and oops, bucket of lava. Now the other thing I remember is you gotta put a stopper on it, so that way it doesn't slide off. And that's it. Now we just gotta load it up. Sorry, still gotta power it. There we go. And I'm just gonna put them up front because I don't feel like burying them right now. And that's it. Load them up, send them in. I'm actually gonna do it here though, so I can watch it. You'll see, it goes around and it falls. I push it, and it goes around. And I'll show you the overflow. This is gonna go up, and there we go. This is gonna go down. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh, what did I do? Oh, that's what I did wrong. Alright. So, it needs to be set up for default that it goes right back. That's what I did wrong. Now, the only downfall to this is it actually takes... Huh. Well, that's not cool. It's not supposed to go that way. Seem to be having some technical difficulties here. It's not listening. Huh. I've never seen that before. Oh, you know why? It's because that's what happened. I actually built it backwards. Well, not backwards, but since I built this on the other side, when it comes in from this axis, it goes to the left. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm gonna have to actually cut the video and just flip it all over because if I leave it like this, it's not good right. So you actually do have to go on the right side. I apologize. All right, so I'm back, and I discovered that the reason why I did that is because I actually built it facing the wrong way, which really it's not facing the wrong way. It's just I built it on the wrong axis, which was my fault. But you guys understand, you get the concept of it. I'm actually want to show you guys something. I built this earlier today. This is the exact same thing. Okay, this looks kind of crappy because there's parts missing. But the concept is that this is a wall. Or underground, or parts that you can't see. So, yeah, everything behind this wall you're not really going to see. The only thing you're going to see is this stuff out here. So, oops. Alright. So, the way this is set up is that when you press this, not only does it power this rail here, which will send this cart, it also calls another cart at the same time. So, watch. Press it. Uh-oh. What did I cover? Haha, that's why. I am just not having good luck with this tonight. So I was going to press it. There it goes. It's sent off. Next one comes. And I don't know why it's doing this. This all worked fine earlier today. Not a huge deal. I can throw that there. But still. So that then gets sent off and stops there. Now, this is what I was talking about in my other video. For anybody that watched my other video, I'm actually going to put a link to it. These are the pads that when you step off, when you get out of the minecart, will then out of the minecart. Oh man. apologize for this lag. This is horrible. Give me just give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just gonna change this. I'm not even gonna pause it because it's just not worth it. There it goes. It was just having a little meltdown. So you get out, it presses the pads. The wiring under the pads is actually pretty simple. I'll show you guys. It's just, yeah, I can't think of the name. It's about 2:30 in the morning. I can't think of what the name of that is. The repeater, thank you. This is a repeater facing towards the track, and then you're gonna have a little kind of like U made out of the redstone underneath this far one. It's the far left one here that needs to be powered to, that needs to be wired to that. This will attach right there, but this one you need to wire it in because it doesn't affect it. So that's that. Now I am going to show you guys one of the more complex Pez dispensers that I made. If I can manage to get out of here. Oh, there it is. Alright, so this is the first one. Like I said, I just made it facing the wrong way. As you can tell, this one's sideways, that one's not, and this one works fine. This is the exact same thing as the other one that I was showing you guys, just not quite as big. It's just not as tall. And I showed you guys this already. I'll bounce it back. Just like that. This is by far the most easiest cart dispenser ever. Now this one here is a little more complex. I did the same thing with this one where this is going to be everything hidden. I put glass here so you guys can see how the wiring is set up underground. You can also just break the glass and show you. But this one is set up with 2 switches instead of 1. And just ignore those over there for now. So I didn't label it, but this is to call the cart. Oh, there's 2 carts. So that's what happens when you have 2 carts stuck inside of each other. They kind of they push each other. Alright, so we're going to reset this. Only going to do 3. Oh my god. That's why you don't leave things sitting on the track. And this is the same thing I showed you guys over there before, except for I put it in the glass so that you guys can see it. Oops. And that's my phone standing on it. So these things are just like hating me today. I don't know what it is, but everything is just kind of getting all fucked up. Alright, so let's do this again. You press the button, it brings the cart over. You're sitting in the cart, press the button, and it takes you to your destination. You get out at your destination, and it pushes the cart away. Really, really simple. The wiring for this is pretty simple again. The reason you have to I put this over one instead of being beside it, that way you can hit it easily. You're not stretching around, you're not trying to fiddle fuck with it. And again, it's just the repeater facing towards the track, and the redstone dust just wrapped around, and it has to be directly underneath the stone, the block that has the button on it. So now what's going on here with the switch? This is a, oh god, I can't think of the name of it. I'll have to put a tag in it for the name, but I can't think of what it is. So pretty much it's an inverter. You push the power, it goes from no power to power. And when I push it, it'll turn the power off on that side. So the one we got down here is you have the redstone, and we have a second inverter, which then turns the power back on when I push the button, which you might be thinking to yourself, well, why would you do it? You're just pretty much doing the same thing twice. But this way you can stand from this side and watch it coming instead of standing on this side of it. I don't know, I thought I liked it more, so that's that. And then up on this side, it's just the path being led up, and it's just gotta double back, just gotta come in this way, because this is where the stone is originally, because there's the torch. And this is the exact same thing, it's another inverter. It just has to invert the power to turn this off momentarily. So that's that one. Now, what this switch does here is just exactly, it just switches the track. That way, I can just completely leave. And I can show you guys what actually happens when you leave this. There it goes. So this goes off, goes up, and I let it right back over to this one. So this is, I just try to make a little building just to show you guys what you can do with it. Again, this is what you would actually see. Everything underneath this board here, you can bury, you can do whatever you want with, but this, I made this try to be ground level. So yeah, so the way this is set up is the carts come out of here, they get dropped, same thing, they get dropped. You got the redstone path for the switch, because again, this is where the button is. So the carts come under, and it goes up, and it goes around, it goes all the way around, and back over, and it stops up here. Now, the redstone was a little tricky for this one, because I wanted to have it so that it would do both. That way, one hit, press one button, and it's going to call the cart over. As you'll see, there it comes. It slows down there, and then it stops right there. Switch that over. Now what will end up happening is I'll press this again, and if there was a second one there, it would get dropped out as well and automatically have one sitting here waiting. But I don't know, I've only got one here right now. So all this is going to do right now is just power me, it's just power me to go forward. Which right now I'm just going to have a loop back to the front. So pretty simple. The hardest part really is just doing the redstone path. And that's just making sure it's all working. I recommend when you're doing your redstone path, when you put your button in, start with a switch and leave it turned on. That way you can tell where it's broken and where it's not working. Obviously don't have your carts set in yet because that doesn't really matter. But when you get your path set up, just put a switch in. That way you have a constant source of power. I'm so sorry guys, I'm having a very hard time talking right now. Well, I hope you guys liked the video. If you have any questions, just drop it in the comment box and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching guys, just like and subscribe.